From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Sunday Sports Extra.
Well, it is October 20th, and for the first time this football season, we tee up Sunday Sports Extra following a Boise State football loss. Welcome back in, everybody. Jay Tust alongside Will Hall. A cold, wet, windy night down in Provo, and there was even a little bit of snow at some point.
I am so thankful to be back in studio. A little bit warm. Finally getting some warmth to the extremities. Broncos get off to a good start in this one. I lost C.T. Thomas. We eventually find him in the end zone. First drive of the game, 9 plays, 70 yards, ends with that touchdown, 7-zip Broncos.
I'm not going to lie, Will, kind of the point of the play, a little bit of misdirection, gets C.T. wide open. Didn't even get touched on his way to the end zone. BYU would counter with a very aggressive 16-play, 76-yard drive, capped off by that short TD run, and all of a sudden we're tied up at 7. Ensuing possession for Boise State. Chase Cord gets picked off. The first INT a Boise State QB had thrown in 128 pass attempts.
From there, the teams would trade punts. Curtis Weaver and Benton Wickersham teaming up with the sack right there. Right before halftime, this was a difficult kick. Difficult conditions, windy, rainy, wind blowing everywhere. Eric Sachs nails it from 38 yards out. Boise State takes a 10-7 lead into halftime.
So we go to the second half, and after BYU tacked on another touchdown, the Broncos would have a chance to answer, but Eric Sachs misses from 36 yards out this time. The snap was just a little bit high, maybe throwing timing off just enough as that one hooks wide right.
BYU capitalizes on the momentum on fourth down, no less. Nice play action fake. Baylor Romney, the 27-yard touchdown pass to Matt Bushman. Cougars ahead 21-10. Firefox loves it.
Okay, so back on offense for the Broncos. Chase Cord threw 2 touchdown passes this evening, but he also tossed 2 costly picks. That was his second INT of the evening, and well, the Cougars would cash in just a couple of plays later.
Just 2 plays later, dialing up some trickery. Romney, a 39-yard touchdown pass to Bushman again. All of a sudden, it's 28-10, BYU in front as we head to the fourth.
Okay, this is where the Broncos would start to mount a furious rally. Octavius Evans had himself a ball game. This one right into your living room. Octavius with a career-high 5 catches for 77 yards.
Might have had a targeting hit there too.
I was going to say, you listen and look at that thing. He took a big hit. It would be Evans flagged for the unsportsmanlike due to that gesture you just saw right there, though.
Broncos go for 2. They're able to convert, so it's 28-18 BYU in front after a stop. Cord goes back to the air. Look at this grab from Octavius Evans. Laying out, making the grab to move the chain.
The junior played big. This drive would also end in a touchdown. Achillian Butler, his lone grab of the night, is good for 6. And all of a sudden, Boise State is within 3 of BYU at 28-25 on the scoreboard.
Cougars trying to run out the clock on third down here. David Moa with the big stop. It's originally ruled a first down by mere inches.
But they go to review, and they decide that it's actually short by inches. Now, BYU would go for it.
On fourth down, they're able to convert and ice out the clock. BYU hands Boise State their first loss of the season. 28-25 the final, a disappointing game in Provo as the Broncos lose there for the 3rd time in their last 4 trips.
It's upsetting. I mean, everyone knows that. We're not happy about this at all.
It's very disappointing, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go back to the drawing boards and start all the way over, you know what I'm saying? Look at ourselves in the mirror, but, you know, credit to BYU, they did a good job today, and they were just ready to play.
We're not going to let a loss beat us twice, so we're going to come back, we're going to review, we have a bye week. Hats off to BYU, they did a phenomenal job. Much respect to them. They took care of business, and we came up short. So, you know, we're going to take time to review this game. We're hurt by it, but we're going to have to snap out of it and be ready for next week, which is the bye week.
Our guys, they care. I know they work hard, but you know this is a check right here. We're going into a bye week, and you got to go back and be honest with, all right, where are we, and our focus, our consistency, and all the things that we talk about all season long. It hasn't changed. Now it's just a matter of we've got to do it better, and tonight we didn't do that, and we've been talking about it, and it showed up this evening, and BYU took advantage of their opportunities, and we didn't enough.
You know, I've been covering the Boise State football team. This is my 9th season, and you never truly remember about the expectations this program deals with week in and week out until they suffer their first loss of the season.
Yep, absolutely. I think we also have a greater perspective coming from outside this Boise area and not calling Boise State our alma maters. You and I would kill for an 8-win season. You know,
not gonna lie, we're gonna get into Boise State, maybe Boise State Twitter here in just a little bit. In the meantime, though, one thing you can definitely talk about is the fact that some of the playmakers weren't as involved as they usually are for this Boise State offense. Khalil Shakir, C.T. Thomas, and even guys like John Hightower. And for more on that, we toss it over to Tom Scott for tonight's edition of the Scott Slant. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Jay, and right you are. BYU flipped the script on Boise State last night in more ways than one. Stats among the Bronco wide receivers were upside down. It was playmaker prevention by the Cougars. Octavius Evans did have the best overall night of his career, 5 catches for 77 yards and his first touchdown in almost 2 years. But the old reliables were taken away by BYU. John Hightower, Khalil Shakir, C.T. Thomas, and Achillian Butler combined for just 5 catches for 36 yards. Their average output coming into Provo, 16 receptions for 235 yards per game. On the other side of the ball, Boise State's prolonged interception drought is perplexing. After 7 games this season, just 4 interceptions, and one of those was a gimme on the final play of the Hawaii game. Heck, even last year, the Broncos had 5 at this point before finishing with only 7. Look at 2015, Darian Thompson's and Dante Dion's senior year. There were 15 picks at this point, 22 overall that season. Onward to Western Siding trivia. Throw away your paintbrush. You know, Ian Johnson was left-handed. Let's harken back to the good old days when picks were more plentiful. Boise State had 2 players, a safety and a linebacker, with 6 interceptions each in the undefeated season of 2006. Who were they? Stay tuned for the answer after the first break. And Jay and Will, it is yours.
Thanks, Tom. I think C.T. Thomas is left-handed, and of course, our in-house lefty.
Right, left, throw baseball left, shoot hockey stick left, throw football right.
Weird.
Took the words out of my mouth, Tom.
That was
weird.
What? Oh, my goodness. Okay, Tom's going to join us in just